draft is coming up. Stay with us as we continue. The Harrington family watches in Oregon, and the Lions fans watch in Southeast Michigan. The draft continues at pick 3 in a minute.
Over 6 minutes to go. Joey Harrington is available. They have Mike McMahon as quarterback. Dallas would like to make a trade. Here are the quarterbacks, Charlie Batch and Detmer, and Batch and McMahon and Detmer, and, well, they lost their first 12 games. If you're Detroit, Jimmy, Mort, do you have to look at Harrington?
Yeah, you got to look at Harrington. McMahon showed some speed last year. He scrambled around, ran around, won a game or so. But you've got to have a quarterback in there that's going to make the fewest poor decisions, not the most great plays. And Harrington is smart. He makes great plays at the end of the game to win them. They've got to go after the quarterback, because if you don't have a winning quarterback, as I've said before, you're not going to win in the NFL.
What could be going on right now?
Well, right now, you know, we've already had a debate here between Marty Mornhinweg, the head coach, and the general manager, Matt Millen, with the owners weighing in here, William Clayford Jr. in particular, siding with Mornhinweg, take Harrington. But obviously, they're on the clock. Matt Millen wants to listen to all offers. So now you start talking about the Daniel Snyder with the Redskins trying to get up there. Maybe San Diego trying to get a swap there to take somebody else like a Mike Williams. But right now, I think Millen listening to offers, but if they stay with this pick, it's got to be Harrington. I'll be surprised if it isn't. Quentin Jammer's a good corner, but is he Deion Sanders? If you're not Deion Sanders, it's hard to take a corner this high.
Let's outline what Detroit's going through. Not only do they pick it, but on the trade. See, if they go, let's say, down to Dallas at 6, let's say you're the guy making the trade. You hope Buffalo won't pick a quarterback at 4. I mean, you hope. You know San Diego's not. So do you sweat that half hour profusely? What happens if you actually make that move and you're Detroit hoping to get Harrington?
Remember, I talked to Al Davis last night, and he was trying to move up and get other players. He's got those 2 number 1s, et cetera, et cetera. And he said everybody is so afraid to make a trade because of you guys. He said the media is going to, really come down on the individual if they trade out of a spot because they've traded away from a good player. Well, they might be able to pick up a couple of good players, but they're afraid to trade right now.
Yeah, but
now, with Detroit could get cute on this. They get too cute and move down and lose the quarterback. They might pick up another player, but they might lose the guy that's going to win them a bunch of ball games.
I don't think Al's worried about what the media says about him, however, okay? That's not one guy that we're going to influence one.
My man Al.
One bit. Mel, well, we want to look at what? At Harrington? We want to...
Well, I think when you're picking third, Chris, you got to get the third, second, or first player on your board. The third highest rated player on my board is Joey Harrington. I think with that said, Detroit internally, Marty Mornhinweg, an offensive guy, has had Mike McMahon for a year. He has to see, okay, evaluate McMahon. Is he a leader? Is he a guy that's revered by those teammates? Does he have a future? Forget if he's a 5th-round pick. It doesn't matter. He has to make that assessment. And if he feels McMahon's the guy, don't worry about where he was selected. Joey Harrington deserves to go in this general area. But if you feel you have the right guy in McMahon, I would trade down. If I didn't feel, and I'm Marty Mornhinweg and Matt Millen, that McMahon is my guy, obviously Joey Harrington has to be the pick. But this is an internal decision that Marty Mornhinweg in particular has to make regarding not just Joey Harrington. We know what he can do and what he's capable of, but Mike McMahon is pivotal. Sure, he completed less than 50% of his passes. That was at Rutgers with limited supporting cast. 46% at Detroit. He's a rookie. So I think Mike McMahon, more so than Joey Harrington, is the key in this whole equation.
Well, the thing about this debate that's going on there between Mornhinweg and Millen, why would the coach win out over the general manager, who's also got the title of team president with Matt Millen there? I think what happens here is you got Mornhinweg with great passion for a guy, the quarterback, Joey Harrington, whereas Matt Millen, he likes Harrington. He likes Quentin Jammer a lot, but he doesn't have a passion for either one of those guys. I think when you have one guy who has a passion for it, and now ownership comes in, and ownership should have the long-term, long-range vision involved here. Ownership is going to say, that's the case, I want the quarterback, and our coach has a passion for that guy. And, oh, by the way, we might need one, although, Mike McMahon's got a lot of we're not, he can,
but you don't get through the season with one quarterback anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly right. If McMahon, is going to be a good quarterback, and he develops, and he has Harrington, and he develops, who's to say they can't trade one and make a bonanza?
Well, you know what could happen? Wait a minute. You know what might happen? It could be Troy Aikman, Steve Walsh.
Well, remember,
they're about the same. Give me a what? A 1, 2, 3?
1, 2, 3 for Walsh.
Steve Walsh, Troy Aikman, Steve. You're right, oh man. I don't want to play poker with you.
Well, don't forget, Mornhinweg was in Green Bay there for a while, and he was there when they had Favre, Mark.
Will their phones be ringing if Harrington isn't picked? If he is picked? So they go immediately right out of the garage in the passing lane as soon as we hear from the commissioner.
With the third choice in the 2002 draft, the Detroit Lions select Joey Harrington, quarterback from Oregon.
Yay!
Good pick.
Hey, look, Detroit needs to win. It took years to fix the Bears. You know, we didn't think that was possible. The next reclamation project that the National Football League needs is Detroit. Now, I don't know if he's going to be Bobby Lane. I don't know if you want him to be Bobby Lane in some regards, but I mean, let's go here. And the Lions have done, in my opinion, the right thing.
Without question. And remember, this doesn't cut McMahon out of there.
No.
I mean, he's a good player, and you can't have enough good players, especially good quarterbacks. Let these two young guys develop. Now, I think the two most important things now is have a quarterback coach, and I know the head coach is working with the quarterbacks, but have a quarterback coach, and then on top of that, have a good offensive line.
Well, the Detroit Lions kept everybody waiting, and they're going to go with Harrington. And let's go up to the edge set. Jaws, what are your thoughts?
Hey. Well, Boomer, absolutely, this is the correct pick for the Detroit Lions. You know, when you look at a team, and we heard Coach Johnson say it a few moments ago, you don't need a great quarterback to win a championship, but you need a quarterback that can manage a football game. Joey Harrington knows how to manage a football game. He can make all the throws, and mechanically, he's very sound.
First, focus on Harrington's feet. He has quick, lively feet and gets set up in a hurry. It is critical in the NFL to get a deep drop as quickly as possible, keeping distance between himself and the big bodies up front. He has great balance, and his feet are always moving, allowing him to quickly get his body in a throwing position. Now look at the ball position. He holds it just under his chin and never drops it below his waist. He has no wasted motion in his delivery. Finally, look at the power in his release. He drives through the throw on this seam route. This is a firm stick throw, 30 yards on a rope, right in stride for the touchdown. If you look at Harrington's feet and throwing mechanics, then I believe he has a tremendous upside in the NFL.
Harrington may not have the great arm strength, but his arm is good enough. And what I love about the guy is those fourth quarter rallies. You know, in the National Football League, how many games come down to that 2-minute drive? Well, Harrington has showed the ability to win those games when his team is behind. I love this pick, and it's a great fit for Marty Morningwig's offense.
And let's look at what he will do to Detroit. Watching Detroit last year and talking to Marty Morningwig, they struggled because they couldn't run their whole offense. They could only run about 50% of it, because in the West Coast offense, you have to have a quarterback that is mobile. You can move. Doesn't mean he runs around now. There's a difference. A guy you can move launching pads, moving to the right a little bit, moving to the left, execute your offense there. Now they can use the entire offense with a quarterback like this. It's a good kickstart for Detroit.
And it's so difficult to make that change from that hulking running game to the West Coast offense. They gutted the receiving core, and now they have a new quarterback. The 2002 draft rolls on. They're happy outside of Portland. Joey Harrington is on his way to Detroit. We'll talk to him when we come back.
Thank you, Chris. You know, Joey Harrington, you had told me yesterday you thought you'd go somewhere between 3 and 18. You went 3. How do you feel?
I'm thrilled. It was honestly a huge shock to me. I was just about to sit down and wait for the Lions to pick somebody else, and I got a phone call, and that's where I ended up. So I'm thrilled to be there.
You visited Detroit. That was one of the many cities you visited. What do you recollect from your stop there?
Oh, incredible facilities, incredible facilities. They just built a new football department, and they're building a new stadium. The coaching staff was very friendly. It just seemed like a very well-run organization, an organization that is on the rise and is doing some good things for the future.
Head coach Marty Morningwig, obviously a quarterback guru. How do you feel about playing for him?
I'm absolutely thrilled. I'm honestly shaken right now. This is very unexpected to me, and you know, I'm just happy to be able to get out there and start playing again.
Now, a lot has been made about you not going to New York for this draft. How was it spending this with your family and getting the news side by side with them?
This was perfect. This was where I wanted to be. You know, my family has been such an instrumental part of my career at Oregon, and they were one of the biggest reasons why I stayed in state for college, and I couldn't think of a better way than to spend it with them.
Joey Harrington, thank you very much for your time, and certainly congratulations at this point. Joey Harrington will be leaving the state of Oregon for the first time in his life now, moving to Detroit, Michigan. Chris, back to you.
All right, Bob. All right, Joey, congratulations. So 2 quarterbacks in the top 3 picks here. as Joey Harrington. 2017, he's 6 INTs last season. We just know what he did. And actually, the best Harrington little note before we move on to the Buffalo Bills, a team with which we follow a little bit. Last 28 starts, Joey Harrington, 25 wins. Hello.